think she disappeared.
Okay,
Okay.
if we date and we have maybe our relationship goes to the next level, automatically I'll bear you children. You get? That is if there is money. Yeah. Because I cannot
Whoa.
bear children to come and suffer.
Going on, people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Joseph Sadiq. Based on the video you just saw, today's topic, I just had to pick on it, man. I have to go there. I just have to go there. I have to go there. I have to have this conversation. Um, are modern women more materialistic now than ever before? Are modern women standards unrealistic at at the moment compared to, say, in the 1980s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s? Are they? Are they? That is the question today. Because the video you just watched is a conversation. It was like an online dating show. It's called the Pan African Dating Show. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, I believe is the executive producer of that. So I went on one of them. I went on that. I spoke to the young lady. They didn't have anyone my age, so they would have someone in their 20s. So I thought, you know what? She wants a relationship. Let's have a conversation. She wants sort of the things that, you know. And I just wanted to see where her mind was at. And then she said what she said. I'm not being judgmental. I wasn't being judgmental. I'm not being judgmental, but it just made me ask a question: are modern women materialistic? Because the real question about a relationship, to first of all, when you're looking for a man, or even if I'm looking for a girl, it will be, especially from a lady's perspective. I think the best thing to have is to look for a man with integrity and his consistency. Does he have a job? What does he love? Is he doing what he's passionate about? I would have thought that would have been the smartest thing, or a way to gauge yourself having someone you're gonna have kids with. But she just blurted it out, like, only if there's money. You know what I mean? She didn't actually mince her words. She was very blatant about it. She was very clear about it, very cutthroat about it. But I have also found that it's not new, because I thought going on African dating show would give me a sort of a different experience. But obviously, the modernization or the modern woman narrative has got into Africa in itself, because I'm actually used to that in the UK, but they're more. The people I've spoken to are a bit more sly in the way they do it. Say in London, when I date someone sort of within my age range, or someone in their 30s or something like that, they have a way of asking you how much you make without asking you how much you make. Do you know what I mean? They have a different way of doing it, which is still the same. It doesn't make it any different, because they're leading with your bank account. Period. So my question today is are women just are modern women just highly materialistic? And do they have a right to be highly materialistic? I mean, they have a right to be highly materialistic. They have the right to be anything they want. But is it narrowing down, is it reducing their potential of finding a mate with sort of this unrealistic standards they have? I mean, you saw the video about the lady Ebony K. I think it's Ebony K. Williams. She was having a conversation with Iyanla Van Sant, the great Iyanla, where she said a bus driver she wouldn't date a bus driver. She has said nothing about his integrity. They said nothing about his character. She didn't ask for anything in regards to his consistency, what he loves, what he's passionate about. She went straight to the thing of just no bus driver, period. You know what I mean? And a lot of conversation was started online. A lot of men within the hip hop culture was very upset about that. Um, so that happened, but are modern women more materialistic? I would say yes, they are. They are. It's, I mean, there's no way to slice it. They just are. The As a man at the present moment, as a man, like you even having a job and say 2 bedroom apartment won't cut it now, bro. Like you can't just have a job and go home and have a decent 9 to 5. They want you to be Superman. They want you to be loaded, locked, loaded. They want you to have half a million every year. I mean, it's insane. It's just insane. I'm not. It's not judgmental. It's just an observation about where we are in the dating scene. It's become ridiculous now. I think hypergamy is just on the next level. Hence why a lot of people, a lot of men are having these conversations. There's a lot of podcasts around these conversations. There's a lot of the red pill has grown because of this, the frustration of not being good enough to just have a lovely lady. You both work, come home, have your savings, raise some good kids. That's not good enough. Now you have to have a mansion, you have to have a 6 bedroom, you have to have a holiday home, I mean, you know. So, and they have this conversation where everyone is saying that, oh, you shouldn't settle, you shouldn't settle, you shouldn't settle. And the conversation in the manosphere at the moment is just like, well, on paper, you know, only 10% of men make those kind of money. So, from a numbers perspective, it's not looking good. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, with that young lady, and she's only in her 20s thinking like that. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say to you. Like, I've dated women in their 30s, and they're already just stuck in their ways and like, yeah, I'm not settling. I'm like, baby, like, you're almost 35. Like, just, you know what I mean? Just let's get on with it. Just like, nah, you know, that won't do. What if I wanted to get pregnant? What would happen? I'm like, you're like, you. That's a negative way of looking at it. Even I got to a point where I was talking to someone and I was like, look, this is what it is. This is what the situation is. That was a couple of years ago, anyway. And she was like, yeah, that's not, I that won't do. Do you know what I mean? And you can't, as a man, you can't beg a woman to stay with you. But I was just like, yours and mine, we can build on that, like, but that wasn't happening, and obviously the lady moved on with her life, but I don't know what happened to her, but it doesn't matter. But I was just saying, like, it's been like that for a while. This level of materialisticness, this this insane high standards that they expect from men. I walked away from that relationship, even though we had a vibration, we were vibing and all of that. I wasn't, at the time, I wasn't like a man with no job. I had a job at the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was doing what I was supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? But that wasn't good enough. And I like that she was very upfront. But I had to drill and dig to get a very upfront answer because she was ducking and diving. Because you know what I mean. But that's the way it is. That's the way it is now, man. That's the it's the problem. It's always been like that. Women have always had hypergamy to some point, but now I just think that it's it's in mass. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you have a woman that has the crazy high standard, maybe there were 20% of them in the 90s or something like that, and you could talk to the ladies within the 80% are just that okay with just having your life and going to work, come back home, build a family. Now it's in mass. It's shifted. It's like maybe 10% of women would even take you without you have making half a million a year. Do you know what I mean? I'm being serious. It's like it's mad. Especially in the Western, in the West. Um, that's what's happened now. It's just it's shifted. So it's more like now 80% of women like are going for like the 10% of men. Do you know what I mean? And so that's why the rise of being a side chick has increased. They even actually normalizing, you know, women being side chicks and to very wealthy men or well-to-do men. You know, women are actually not ashamed of it anymore. Like those things we used to shame when I was a kid, but now it's like it's on Front Street. It's celebrated or something. Even if a side chick thinks she can take another another lady's man, she will go for it blatantly and still brag about it on social media. So yes, to answer the question, are modern women materialistic? Yes. Do they have unrealistic standards at the present moment? I say yes. Not in any judgment to any woman. It's just a fact. It's just, you know, you can't keep shitting on the regular man and then, it's it it's what it is, man. So I think I think it's a population control situation. I don't know. That's another thing that is in the ether that people are talking about all the time. That's the agenda. I don't know how they were able to to perpetuate that within society, but yeah, it's like a mind control. I don't know. Families are going out the window. People are expecting a lot. And I had to make this video because I thought if I go to Africa or go on an African dating show, I might find someone from back home that don't have that kind of crazy. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's not is different. And actually, what the girl was asking for, if you watch the full video, I think you should do check it out on Pan African Dating Show. What she was asking for, when I did the calculation, wasn't actually too bad. But by the time my something was happening with my Wi-Fi at that point, and I think she just sort of told the host, Kohani Hani, I think that's her name, and she kind of went, "Oh, he's stingy." That's what she called me. I'm like, "Raw boy." Just because I was laughing, because that shit was just funny. It's funny to me to see this level of blatant, you know, materialisticness or leading with that. At least know my character first, know what I'm about. I mean, there are some men that has everything that you want, but they're shit people. I don't know. I think most women will find that out soon enough. At least know who I am before you start putting a price on everything. But I just wanted to speak on it anyway. I don't know where he's going. I don't know where it's going, but it doesn't look good. It does not look good in terms of dating, and regular men are getting shitted on every day, and the wealthy guys are banging everyone. Do you know what I mean? Just straight, you know, daggering going on. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. I the beginnings. I think this is the extreme of all the movements that's been going on. This is the extreme of it. This is what we found, and I believe it started from MTV Cribs. I think that was the beginnings of a lot of the women thinking, actually, living in a two-bedroom flat is not okay. I mean, it doesn't help that some men, violated women through the years. So there's a historical context in regards to men treating women badly. Not all men, but some men, and women can always hold on to that and say, well, you've always treated her badly, blah blah blah, all that extra stuff. But I just wanted to have that conversation anyway. So I think it's we already seen a decrease in marriage. They already said by the year 2050, like I think they said 50% of women are gonna be childless and unmarried. So in the West, and it's a problem now because I think wherever that movement is already sipped into the African society now. Well, I shouldn't judge based on the one singular person. I shouldn't say that, but if I was to look at what this lady in her 20s is talking to me about, you already understand what time it is. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know where it's going, man. I don't know where it's going. It doesn't give a lot of faith in 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 relationships. Do you know what I mean? So I think like I told God, I think you're gonna have to land with a halo, with an angel, and the angel will come to me and say, "This is the one." Do you know what I mean? And then I'll go grab her, because right now this shit don't look good. It don't look good at all. You know what I mean? It's okay to want more. It's okay to want more. It's okay to want better. But it's not okay that you want to skip the process. Do you know what I mean? Some people want to. It's I mean, you know, because if you go for that money, 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 you might be, I don't know, you might, from a wise way of looking at things, you might step into things that you wouldn't like, because not all money is good money in terms of the kind of man you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You don't know. Do you know what I mean? At least know the integrity of a man. You know what I mean? You don't want a man that, you know, he might be killing people for money for all you know, but you don't give a fuck as long as you can get your Birkin bag and Gucci, Gucci. Do you know what I mean? And like, so I think women are looking at the wrong things at the present moment. They're searching for the wrong things. They're looking in the wrong places. There's nothing wrong with the process. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a man with the process, as long as you can judge his character. You can have the discernment to look at a man's character and see what's the core of it. And you know, women, you know how to test men in the right way. But people are using all of their feminine intuition now to spot the rich man, as opposed to spotting a decent man, someone that has a potential to be a good father, a good earner, someone that has a vision, even though he's not there yet. And how is he matching up with the vision? You know, so it's I don't know. I'm not trying to preach to anyone, but just my observation as a human being in all my years. I just think that this idea of quickness and zero process, and looking at a lot another what other women want, what other women have, and saying, and you don't even know what those women are going through in their house, because they're all posing on Instagram with their Gucci, Gucci and fucking Versace. uh, and the Birkin. Shout out to the lady that name was named after Birkin. She passed away. R.I.P. to her. But yeah, so like, yeah, I'm just saying, man. It's like you're looking out for the wrong things, man, and a lot of women are gonna be, yeah, they're heading on the wrong highway with that. It's a wrong highway. It's just after, just life, innit? Because I'm like 42 years old. I've lived enough life to know that when you chase the wrong things, it never always ends well. I heard a girl say, "Oh, I'll cry in a Ferrari." I think that was one of the girls I did a video with. She said it on Piers Morgan show. My kids would cry in a Ferrari. I'm like, mm, that's good, but the mental as well. I don't know. There's repercussions. Look, there's always a reaction to every action you want. You know what I mean? If you violate the universal laws and moral standards, there's that goes for men and women. There's gonna be karmic repercussions for it. There's consequences to every action. So I think our women are going the wrong way. I don't know. I don't know how to stop it. I'm just looking at it. I'm having a bird eye view on how this whole dating scene is, and I think that and the data is supporting it and saying 2050 about 50% of women are going to be single and childless. Maybe that's the movement they want, that's the support they want for whatever stuff they have in the ether about not having families. But it doesn't look good looking out for the wrong things. You get yourself in trouble as women if that's the only thing you're looking for. It's okay to want a man that is doing all right, to take it. That can be a provider, you know. But the standards, providing can happen. It covers the bills of the house, the mortgage is paid. But now you don't. You want more than that. Now it's just like, I want to drive a, G wagon. I want, like, you know. Only a 10% man can just do that. You know what I mean? So it's also leading a lot of men to do stupid stuff. The undiscerning man is going to because he wants the affection so much, he's going to, you know, to do the most extreme things to get paid, just to get laid, or just to look, have the appearance that he has, you know, to look good for the modern woman. Because, you know, men do a lot of the things we do. We men do a lot of the things we do because of women. So he's leading a lot of men, undiscerning men, to doing the wrongest thing in society just to get laid, you know, just to have what a man is supposed to have. So the idea of building is out the window now, man. So I just wanted to give my, you know, 2 cents and a half, or 2 pence and a half, you know, on the subject, because of the video, obviously the dating show that I went on. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let's have a conversation about it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Peace and love. I have been Joseph Sadiq. You have a great day, great evening, you know, wherever you are in the world. Great afternoon. Peace and love. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. See you on the next one. Peace and love.